Welcome to Inspired Women Amazing Lives podcast, where we seek to flourish, thrive, and celebrate amazing women. Kimberly Wiggins here, and we are hosting inspired women who are sharing their lives and stories so that other women may know that the journey to your amazing life is definitely within reach. We are here every week to share resources and information that will help you along the way to being that inspired woman leading an amazing life. Remember to like and comment, and most definitely share these episodes with another woman that you admire and one who truly inspires you, or simply share with someone you would like to inspire. Enjoy. Welcome to Inspired Women Amazing Lives podcast, where we are inspiring women to live their best lives in their most amazing life. I'm here with my guest, Laura West. Hi, Laura.
Hey.
And let's get started. Let me give you a little bit about who Laura is. Laura is a business coach. She's the CEO of the Center for Joyful Business and the creator of creative marketing programs such as the Joyful Business Plan, creative coaching tools, and the 30-Day Passion Project. As a joyful business coach and catalyst, she knows that when you're aligned with your joy and passion, you are more innovative, creative, and confident, and success is inevitable. Oh, I so love that. Find resources and tools at joyfulbusiness.com. Welcome, Laura.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, great to have you here. Now, I always start by asking for a little bit of your story and how did you get to this place? So if you will share that with us, that'll be great.
Yeah, well, I have been a joyful business coach for almost 20 years now, which is like amazing to be able to say that. Before that, I was in corporate marketing and I was in the shopping center industry. And in the mid 90s, late 90s, we went through, in 5 years, we went through 6 mergers and acquisitions. Buyouts, and oh my God, I was so burnt out and it was really stressful. It was crazy, anxiety producing. And so, from that, I really got to experience what is it like when the joy is sucked out of your work, and you have no passion.
Yeah.
And when I discovered coaching and realized how I wanted to bring coaching and marketing and mindset together and start my own business, I was really passionate. I was really passionate about joy, and I knew that there was something about it that was like a missing link. And then I found this article by a woman, her name is Dr. Barbara Fredrickson. This was like 20 years ago. She wrote a book now called Positivity, but she did studies about being happy in the workplace, and how that when you're in your joy and you're happy, that you're actually more creative, you're more innovative, you're more confident. And I just knew that's the secret ingredient. That if we can find that place and cultivate that joy and passion and happiness, then we're more likely to pick up the phone and call a potential client. We have great ideas that we actually follow through on. So that's how this was birthed.
Very nice. I love that concept. Laura, I've been a fan of yours for quite some time. I've been on your list forever. Yeah. And, I've done the 30-Day Passion Project. And so, I totally agree. It's all about just being joyful. And if you look for that place of joy, you can do some things that you could have never imagined that you could do. So yeah, I love that. So now, Laura, you're here in Atlanta, near Atlanta with me. which is
Yes,
very
yeah. No, we need to get it together.
I know. I love it. I love it. So you have this unique approach to business. And you've shared some of that with us as far as joy is concerned. But you also talk about your unique, beautiful brilliance and your magnetic specialty niche. Tell us about this entire approach that you have in a little bit more detail.
Yeah, yeah. Well, so often we get this really great idea, and I saw, I know from your website and your work that you're an idea person too, and you're all about like how to analyze those ideas. But it's, you know how it is. You get this idea for this business, and then you can't figure out why it's not happening. Why is the action so hard? And what I've realized is that it has to come from the inside out. It doesn't have to. You can push your way and all that, but that's not sustainable. To have a really sustainable business that you really love and is long-term and will actually be successful long-term, and you'll be committed long-term, you got to line it up from the inside out. And so the idea of taking some time and really looking at your unique, beautiful brilliance, and which to me is bringing together your strengths, your passions, your skills, your expertise, your experience, both professionally, but also there might be experiences you've gone through in life, and being able to bring that together so that you can reach your potential more. And when you create from you first, then you go out to, okay, who's my ideal client? And you put that into what I call a magnetic specialty niche, which is, really it takes courage, to say, here's the soul tribe that I'm going to work with. These are my people, and that I know that I can help, and that I've got a passion for helping them. And when you really are aligned from the inside out, and you speak to that tribe, it's like that niche, then that's where the magnetic piece comes in. So many times people get nervous about narrowing down. And, when you first start your business, you don't necessarily want to narrow down. You want to experiment and see who your people are. You got to figure that out, And then, but once you do, the more that you can narrow down and then go deep instead of going wide, you actually create a name for yourself, and people will refer you. They'll be seeking you. It does become magnetic.
Very nice. I love that. I love that whole flow.
I was on a roll.
It is so true. And, I hope my audience is hearing this, because, people say this all the time, but I love the way that you put that out, the way you said that, because, the real gem is in niching down and being able to just find your specialty. And I love that.
Yes, because then you get to know who those people are, and you get to really understand what are their problems, where do they get stuck, what are their dreams, and then you can create products, programs, you can create content that address that makes them, makes their heart be like, oh my God, this guy understands me, I've got to have more. And next thing you know, they're binging you online, right? And they're watching all your episodes.
Yes, that is very true. So now I know, and I can tell, I followed you for a while, but even if someone new just came to your website at joyfulbusiness.com, they would be able to see that you actually have a very creative nature.
Yeah, kind of.
So, tell us how that blends into what you do in your business.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I want to say that when I was in corporate, and even though I was in marketing, I did not feel creative. And I was not the creative one out of all the VPs of marketing and all the basically other women who are in marketing. It really has taken me a number of years to give myself permission and have the courage to bring my creativity into my business. And when I started doing that, and what I mean by that is I don't mean necessarily artistic. I do have some talents that a lot of people think are artistic. That's debatable to me, but I'm courageous and I like to play with paints. I love to play with markers, sticky notes, things like that. And the more I started bringing that creativity, my creative way of thinking about marketing, instead of just being a regular standard business coach, kind of like a lot of others are, that's more traditional, I bring my own unique flavor. And that's, to me, that's creativity. And the more I do that, the more fun it is for me. But my tribe, like, they're like, oh my God, that's so fascinating. I love that. I want to know more about that. And when you're in your fun and in your joy, that's attractive energy, right? So people are attracted to that expansive, fun, lightheartedness energy.
Absolutely. Yes, when you bring your fun. Because, so many coaches are so traditional. I mean, they really want to get in there and they just want to walk through it with you, but it may not excite you as much. And so what you bring really is a lot of fun. And that's what your business should be. It should be fun.
Yeah. And I'm about aligning with it. So you also want to have, I've got a bunch of years of experience in marketing, and so a bunch of decades. And so, there's, there's proof in the pudding or whatever. So, so I've got that piece, so I definitely have the expertise. It's just adding in the, like the fun and the joy, that when you're really in alignment with it, it's not all fake smiley faces. It really is like, what has you show up and be alive? And when you're alive, then you're more engaging. And so people are going to listen to you, like that's like in the simplest terms, right?
Right. Yeah. You get on your sales calls and you're not like, hello, what can I do for you today? Or you're not faking it. You're just really alive. And that's really nice.
Right. And who you're being is probably 80% of, I would say the 80-20 rule, like who you're being and then what you're doing is the 20%, who you're being is the 80%. And that being part. So you might as well be in your joy, be in alignment with what your passion is, and let that out in a creative way, because that's going to attract more clients to you than, writing the perfect article with the exact number of steps that nobody's going to watch or listen to or read because it's dull, and it's like, they need, and especially in this environment where we're so overstimulated, we need to have a way of being able to cut through in a way that's really authentic as well.
Yes, I love that. So now you mentioned the fact that you've been a coach for, you said over 20 years?
Yeah, almost 20 years.
Almost 20 years. Yeah. That's so nice. Kind of almost like unheard of, I think, in the sense that you see a lot of coaches come and a lot of coaches go. So I'm just curious, give me your take on how you have seen this whole coaching world evolve over time. I've only been a coach for like 3, going on 4 years. So tell me, how have you seen it kind of evolve over time?
Yeah, definitely have seen huge changes. So, some of it is in the coaching and some of it is in the coaching industry and some of it is in the marketing industry. When I started in 2001, I sent a newsletter, and I had a marketing background from my corporate days. And so I sent a newsletter, and that was really unique, back then. We didn't have 50 billion newsletters. And so I created a name for myself pretty early on with doing online ebooks and free gifts and products and programs and newsletters and teleclasses, because we didn't have Zoom back then. We didn't have Facebook back then, actually, which is crazy, hard to imagine. And so, it was a bit of a Wild West frontier, and information products were really new on the market. And so being able to access information online and not have to be in person, I was kind of a leader in a lot of that. And then, really 2008 to 2011, we had that great recession, that wonderful thing. And but it really impacted coaching and marketing in a huge way. So what happened is a lot of people got laid off in their business, and then they became coaches and consultants. And then from the online perspective, everybody started getting online. That became like, oh, here's how I'm going to market my business. And everybody realized I've got it. They were pretty desperate, and they realized, oh, I need to pay attention to this online thing. So that really changed things up. So then what was, at one time was unique and original was no longer unique and original.
Right.
And so to me, that's a really big learning, that being able to see that is that you've always got to pay attention. You got to pay attention to yourself and where you're at. You got to pay attention to your clients and how they're evolving, how you're evolving, your clients are evolving, and really how the greater world is evolving. So you can resist, new marketing strategies, but you also need to pay attention because some of them are really going to catch on, and they really are going to become the way that people are going to find you. So now it's online marketing is not an option, not option,
Right.
like that just has to be part of what you do. Otherwise, your business will be really limited if you're only working locally on referrals. So yeah, that's really been a huge difference.
Wow. And it's good to hear that perspective from you, from someone who has been coaching for such a long time, to hear your view of that evolution. That's really nice. And there's a huge lesson in there. I heard someone say the other day in a workshop where they said they have been doing this, they have been offering the same program for, I think she said 15 years. Mm-hmm. And using the same marketing strategies for 15 years. And I thought about that afterwards, and I said, no way. I said, there's no way. I've been using some variation of it, but I thought to myself, you've got to evolve over time. So that's very important.
Yeah, it really is. It is so important to pay attention. And so to me, it requires, as fast as everything is going in the world, you've also got to slow down so that you can listen to your own passion and excitement, and what you want to create. And then also listen to your clients, and your community. And it's like, what are they needing now? After the Great Recession, what they needed was really changed dramatically. I was selling $25,000 programs. It shifted to people wanted really bite-sized things. It used to be we sent out, the bigger the tomb, of information we sent out, that's what people loved. Now it's like, oh my God, don't do that to me. Please send me little bite-sized snippets that I can take every day. And if you're not paying attention to that, then, your program's attendance is going to drift off.
Yes, I know. I know about that firsthand. I created this huge kind of like 30-page ultimate business guide ebook. And then right around the time that I created it was when that was ushered in. It was like, oh no, please don't send me that. That's too much.
Right.
Like, yeah.
Yeah. It used to be back when I was in my corporate days, everything was, had to be pre-approved. It had to be perfect. It was corporate identity package. Everything had to be signed off. And now it is so much more like, put it out there and test it.
Right.
So put your ultimate big 30-page thing out there, test it. What do people like? What do they want different? And then, and like you really co-create with your tribe more than ever.
You do. Yes, absolutely. Now, speaking of your tribe, you have a membership program. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I have a membership program that's called the Joyful Business Studio. And I just love it. We have such an amazing community there of just all sorts of coaches and healers and psychic real estate agents and, people who are, out there doing good in the world, doing meaningful work, but they want to do it in a way where it's really authentic, it's fun, and it's passionate, and they're out there to change lives and make great money at it. And we have 2 calls a month. One call is where I bring a joyful business topic. So it might be a regular topic like list building, but I bring in like, how do you do authentic, creative list building? Mm-hmm. I'm doing one coming up called Forgiveness and Grief in Your Business. Sounds really different and something like, well, what does that have to do with business? But actually, there's so many things that people have gone through in their business that they haven't acknowledged, like where they didn't do a project, didn't reach the potential, or they never fully celebrated. So I really bring these different trainings in that have a different perspective, and to me, that's more real. It's not just go out there and here's your formula to make 6 figures and good luck with that. It's dealing with the energy, it's dealing with your inner mindset, your confidence, your creativity. And the more we get that aligned and get that open and flowing, then all the other things are possible.
I totally agree. I believe, because you can only run off the other stuff for so long, and then you're going to crash and burn. And so, yeah, definitely.
You're not going to work, and then you're going to try something else, and then try something else, and you're going to get really frustrated. And I just got off a call with a potential client. She was so frustrated because she's been trying all these different things, but she didn't have a cohesive plan, and it wasn't coming from the inside out. It was, oh, so-and-so said to do this, and so-and-so said to do that.
Yeah. Like you said, there's just so much noise out there, and there's so many things. When you look, if you subscribe to a whole bunch of emails, you get these emails in your inbox, and one will say do this, and the other one will say do that. And yeah, if you don't have a cohesive plan, I really like that, Laura. If you don't have a cohesive plan, it won't come from the inside out, and you're just everywhere. And you're frustrated.
Right. And then you'll get really frustrated when things don't work, and you put a lot of time and energy, effort, and money into it.
Yeah. Makes sense. Absolutely. Now you have here in Atlanta, you have your pop-up success cafes, and I'm coming to that cafe in August.
Good.
I'm excited about that. Tell us about what that is. So if there's anyone in my audience from this area.
Yeah. It started out because I've been online for so long that I went through a big thing in my life. I went through a big divorce, and afterwards I was like, I really want to be connecting more in person. And I just wanted to build those friendships and relationships in person. And so one of the things I love to do is what I call creative cafe time. And I go to a cafe. Probably many of you do that too. I just put a name to it because I love to have names. And so I go to a cafe and Panera Bread or something like that, and then read something inspirational, like journal. I plan, I dream, I imagine, create articles, and all sorts of things start flowing when I get out of my office.
Right.
And so I thought, well, why don't I just pop up and then let people know that I'm going to be at this cafe on a certain day. And so I birthed this idea of the pop-up success cafe. And now I do them every month or every 2 months. And then when I'm traveling, I'll do them in other areas as well. I've got one coming up at the end of September in Old Town Alexandria near DC.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
We'll get 4 to 20 people. It's all different. But my invitation to everyone is that it's not networking that's not your usual networking. It's, we're going to have rich, deep, real conversations. And so that's what we do there. Yeah. And it's just really fun. I get the most amazing people. You definitely need to come and meet some of these people. They need to meet you.
Yeah, I definitely will. I've seen you, have those invites off and on in your emails, and I keep saying I'm going to come, but I'm going to make a concerted effort. I'm not traveling in August, so I'll be there. Whenever it is, I'll be there.
Good. I'll send you an email, let you know.
Yes, that'll be nice. I really love the fact that and it's one of the things I've been saying, Laura, is that I spend so much time at home, all day, every day. Like yourself, every now and then I'll go out to a cafe and decide I need some people around me, so I'll work there for a little while. But that was a part of my goals for this year, was to actually network more and to find networking groups that I can connect with. So this is really good. I like that.
Yeah. It's, to me, we need a blend. I absolutely love online marketing. I love my virtual groups and the Joyful Business Studio. And I love being in person, and there's nothing like looking at somebody, eye to eye, and
Mm-hmm.
being able to say, or belly to belly is what somebody told me last night. um, and just really say, what's really going on in your business and be able to talk about that at that kind of level. So.
Yeah, nice. And I love that you guys have deep conversation, not just, hey, what do you do?
Here's my business card. Here's my business
Yeah,
card. Yeah.
I love that.
We always do something fun. I'll bring like a oracle deck, deck of cards, and we'll pick one to get, like a deeper message, or ask them a provocative question or something like that. But it's always fun. Yeah.
Okay, love it, love it. So now this is a question about your clients.
Mm-hmm.
Just so my audience will get some idea, maybe it's something that'll resonate with them. What do you see as your number one problem that your clients or prospects experience that they can't seem to, that they get stuck with, and they need a little help moving forward?
Yeah. Well, I can think of a list, but I would say that the absolute number one thing, without a doubt, is overwhelm. I hear it day in and day out. They're either overwhelmed with their family stuff and they can't get to the business, or they're really creative and they're overwhelmed with all the marketing ideas or all the content or product ideas they have, and they don't know how to get them done or where to prioritize. They're overwhelmed with feelings of doubt or confidence, or things like that. So it's overwhelm in all its different disguises.
Yeah.
But I hear that. I can't tell you how many times people start off a coaching call with, "Oh my God, I'm so overwhelmed. I'm so glad I'm here." And then we just get them really grounded, and then get them aligned, and then sort through everything, and then figure out what the next baby steps are.
Yeah, that's awesome. I can relate to that so well, because I was there, a few years ago, just being overwhelmed with ideas.
Yeah.
So it pulls you everywhere. It's like, okay, I want to do this, and before I finish this, I'm doing this, and I'm doing this, and I never got anything done.
Right.
Except at the end of the time, I felt like overwhelmed.
Yeah. You can either get overwhelmed from the not sure what to do, or you're so aligned with your passion that the buffet is created just for you, and there's so many options, and it's overwhelming.
Absolutely. Yes. So that's really good to know. So if my audience is listening, you're not alone. Overwhelm is common, but you need to find someone, a coach like Laura, that can help you be able to get through that overwhelm, which is really, really nice. That's really important, because the longer you're staying stuck in that place, the more your time is passing, and you're not getting to your goals. You're not reaching your vision. So
yeah, that's so true, Kimberly. It's people stay stuck too long. And then it starts cycling. You start going into this spiral, what I call the doubt vortex. And it's like, the more you're overwhelmed, and then you start not doing things, and then you doubt that you can do them, and then you're confident, and then you get depressed, and then you eat, and then you don't feel good. You're not going to do a Facebook Live video because you ate a bag of chips. It all starts spiraling. And I know we can all relate to this. This is really like what it looks like behind the scenes of everybody's perfect websites. And it's like, when you work with a coach, or work with, or have support and VA support, you have people on your team, assemble like this virtual team that can help you through it, so you don't stay stuck so long, and you're able to move out of it faster.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because it's not that the overwhelm doesn't happen. Just you won't stay there, and you won't be stuck as long.
Yeah, because even Laura, you've been doing this for almost 20 years. I'm sure overwhelm still creeps up on you.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's why I have coaches, and why I have a team, and I have my rituals and my systems, and why I get out to creative cafe time. I have to still plan that, because it's to me, it's all about managing all of that internal stuff. And it's not that it doesn't happen, because you're never doing your business and then you've arrived. We're always growing and evolving, and my business is growing and evolving, and so I'm going to hit new places of overwhelm, or new places where I'm expanding in a different way that I've never done before.
Yes. And so definitely reach out to Laura at joyfulbusiness.com. And Laura has a free gift for you. Tell us about your free gift. It's the fun and fabulous follow-up starter kit.
Yes, yeah. Well, the whole idea of bringing fun into your business, one of the number one things that everybody, no matter what your business is reaching out and following up and reaching out and connecting with people. And so I have a 30-day program that I do that's called the Fun and Fabulous Follow-Up. But I also have an ebook. When I don't have the challenge going on, the 30-day challenge, you can get this ebook. And so there's a great ebook in there that gives you ideas for 30 fun, authentic, creative ways that you can reach out to people and invite them into conversations to get things going and get opportunities moving in your business.
Oh, I love that. And I'll post a link to that on her podcast page on my site, and you'll be able to get it there. It'll be amazing. I love that. And that's one area in business, I think, I know that was a challenge for me early on, was a follow-up. Yes. So this teaches that, like, right out the gate, you're being able to figure out how to follow up with people and really have fun doing it.
Yeah, in a way that's really authentic and fun. Yeah. And you actually feel like you're being of service while you're connecting with people. And then that leads to clients and speaking opportunities or podcast opportunities or things like that.
That's nice. I dreaded follow-up when I first started. I was like, I gotta do what?
I didn't realize it until I started looking at it. I made up all these rules about it. You know, like if I followed up right after going to a networking event, then that was too fast and they would think I was salesy. But if I waited for 5 days, that was too long, and then I was a loser and I shouldn't follow up. And then, I mean, oh my God, the stories we tell ourselves.
Yes.
And so I address all of that. Yeah.
Oh, very nice. I love that. And you can definitely find Laura on Facebook, on Twitter, and Instagram. I'll include those links on her page. Now, Laura, I know that you shared with me about something you do in your workshops when you have them, your business retreats. And you love the art journaling and sticky notes and markers. That is the other creative side of you, isn't it?
Yes, I do. I love to do art journaling, which is where you take a journal and you put a layer of paint on it, and you get markers and stickers and washi tape and whatever, inspiring quotes and things like that. To me, it's very intuitive. It's very loose. It's just very cathartic and really relaxing. And so I do that personally. And then I started bringing that into my retreats about 5 years ago, group retreats or even individual business retreats. And so I will coach somebody all day long on their business, what their plan is, what their market is, their content, their packages. But then throughout, we go over and add a layer onto a canvas or something like that.
Oh, really?
It's amazing how it just keeps like your whole brain engaged, and it keeps people really present and relaxed, and they realize they can be creative and it's fun, and then they don't get so stressed out about all the business stuff. It really has an amazing kind of therapeutic effect, actually.
Wow, that's nice. I love the thought of that. One of the things I say all the time is, I wish I were more creative. But I guess from an art aspect, Right.
You're very creative. I can tell from your website and everything I've seen from you. It just looks different on different people.
Yeah, I love the thought of that. I have to look at your business retreat.
Come on.
So I can be able to doodle a little bit, because I feel like I can't do that. I don't know why. I just feel like I can't. So
yes.
Yeah. That sounds really good. I love the sound of that. And there was a motivational quote that you shared with me that you said you really love. And I'd never heard this one, but I thought it was great. The body is not a taxi for the brain. What do you love?
What am I talking about? Well, it's a bit of what we've been talking to here, that it's about the inner and the outer. It's about the brain and the heart. And I just, the different things I'm reading right now have a lot to do with being in your body and who you're being. And who you're being has to relate to your whole body. So, we're not walking around like we're this taxi cab just for our brains, and like, how smart can we be, or what is our expertise? There's so much more to it. And so taking care of your body, going out to creative cafe time, taking breaks, going out and watching the hummingbirds, taking a walk, doing the things that are going to nurture your body and your energy actually allow you to be in that joyful state, which then you're more creative, you're more resourceful, you're more confident, and you'll take the actions in your business.
Yes.
That's where that comes from.
Yeah, that is very, very true. I mean, my coach will tell me all the time, get out of your head, get out of your head.
Right.
And you're right. When you come from a more heart-centered place, you really are able to relax, and you're really able to be authentic and be true to yourself. And yeah. Yes. But sometimes and I have this thing, I'll get stuck in my head, and she'll be like, get out of your head, get out of your head.
Right. And we love our head. We love our brains. Like, we want to nourish those, we love our brains. And, it's what we were talking about earlier, that if that's all you bring, then people miss it. They're like, oh, she's an expert. Oh, I should take her program one day. But for some reason they don't, right? And it's who you're being. And so you've got to really nurture the rest of you, so that it's like you can show up fully, and people get like all the amazing things you have in your brain that can help them.
Wow, that's a great nugget right there. Yeah. Gives you it's giving me some food for thought. Thank you. Yes.
Right, thanks.
So we're about to wrap up here, Laura. Thank you so much for coming. You're
welcome. Thank you. It's a great conversation.
Yes, you have shared so much with the audience here today. Before you leave, I'd like to ask you if you could give my audience one tip that they can put into practice today in their life or business that'll move them further along.
Yeah. I guess mine would be kind of a two-parter. So first would be, to really take the time, or work with a coach, to really access and know and claim your unique, beautiful brilliance. Because that's going to be part of the magic, that attracts people to you. You're not just you're a business coach, but the unique way you're a business coach, that kind of thing. And along with that, doing the principle around, the major foundation principle around fun and fabulous follow-up is reaching out to 3 people a day. And so reaching out to 3 people a day is just saying hello to Kimberly and thank you so much for doing podcasts. It can be that easy, but it is. You do that for 30 days and you reach out to 3 people and change their lives, invite them into conversations, send out some goodness to them. It will totally change everything about your business. And then when you're aligned with your beautiful brilliance, you're going to do it in your own unique creative way. Then it's like magic.
Oh, wow. Yes. I love that. Thank you for that. I'm using that tip myself, Laura.
I do every day.
Wow.
I did my 3 follow-ups already.
Yeah. You got my brain up here is whirling now, because I'm thinking, wow, that would be amazing to be able to reach out to 3 people every day and just, we're so business, but it would be amazing to reach out to 3 people every day and just say, hi, how are you? Thank you for this, or do you need any help? Or wow, yeah, that would be amazing.
What are you celebrating this week? Or what are you getting ready to do this week?
Yeah.
Check in with past clients. I mean, all sorts of things. Yeah.
Nice. I like that. Love it. Well, thank you, Laura. This has been amazing. You've shared a lot with my audience. You can find Laura at joyfulbusiness.com. Go check her out. Her website is amazing. There's just so much on there to read and see and do. It is. So, yes. So thank you, Laura, once again.
Yeah, thank you, Kimberly.
All right. And this concludes our episode of Inspired Women, Amazing Lives. I look forward to seeing you on the next episode. Bye. Welcome to Inspired Women, Amazing Lives podcast, where we seek to flourish, thrive, and celebrate amazing women. Kimberly Wiggins here, and we are hosting Inspired Women who are sharing their lives and stories so that other women may know that the journey to your amazing life is definitely within reach. We are here every week to share resources and information that will help you along the way to being that inspired woman leading an amazing life. Remember to like and comment, and most definitely, share these episodes with another woman that you admire and one who truly inspires you. Or simply share with someone you would like to inspire. Enjoy!